right, what's going on, guys? So kind of at a dilemma here. So I'm at the junkyard and I found a Subaru, same year, same size motor, but this motor is looking a little questionable. So if you can see right there, it is covered in grease. Like, it looks like the oil just got everywhere, like something let go on this motor, like back there. And then if you look underneath it, yeah, look at that, it is just covered in grease. I don't know if this motor is worth the trouble, honestly. It's probably got some catastrophic failure, seals are a problem or something, I would guess. Hard to say why it's in here, you know, it could be in here for anything. It's also an automatic, so I don't really know if that changes anything. Probably not. All the connectors look the same. Do I get it, clean it up, hope for the best? Power steering looks empty, so maybe that's what came apart and got grease all over everything. It's a tough decision to make because it's going to be a good amount of work to pull this out, put it in my car, see if it works. Well, with 207,000 miles on the clock, looking like nobody's ever touched this motor, ever taken anything apart, I'm gonna pass on it because this thing could be a big headache that I'm not trying to get into. Rather just find a motor that's in better shape. This guy right here. So it's an 06, so it's a lot newer from my 98, and everything is pretty nice. Just have to cut this core support out, pull that out, and be ready to go. Honestly, it'd be easier than just pulling the radiator out. But yeah, this one would be a solid deal, but I don't know if we could make that work because the connectors on the back are all different. Yeah, so unfortunately this guy doesn't look like it would be a great combination unless I took like the ECU and everything. Digital odometer, tough break. This guy right here, this thing's pretty sweet. It's like an 02, but still, unfortunately, I don't think this one would work. The connectors are different. This one is a stick shift, I think, but I still think it's too new. It does have a different connector right there. That's what I keep looking at, that connector right there. All right, I went and got my toolbox. This is gonna be brutal. It is a nice, cool, it's 11 a.m. and it says feels like 91. Perfect. All right, here's what I brought. Just some power tools and a little bag full of some sockets and a ratchet. Nothing really too crazy. Well, it's a tough break. I am so close to having this motor out, but the bell housing bolts are just so rusted that they won't come loose. And there's no real rust on the car besides like that. I guess that's pretty good real rust, but that's it. It's the only rust I can find. But the bell housing bolts are so corroded that I cannot get them out. I got almost all of them on this side besides that one, and I could cut this one, but the other ones I just physically cannot get to. Oh, you guys are gonna freaking die. I just realized that this isn't even the same motor. This is a damn single cam. I have a dual cam motor. All right, well, that answers my question pretty quickly. Okay, I'm gonna pack up, head out. I'm done. Freaking done. That is a huge disappointment. I mean, I was so close to getting it. I had the cutoff wheel. I was ready to cut those bolts off and get the motor out, whatever it took, but ended up being the wrong motor anyways. So probably there for maybe an hour, and just like that, as I'm sitting here cooling off for a couple minutes, it starts raining, and it's raining pretty hard already. Well, I'm on my way to another junkyard here, and it rained a good amount this morning, at least in Bradenton. I'm on my way up to Clearwater, which is like 45 minutes away. They have 2 good candidates. Hopefully this one's the right engine. I really don't want to drive 45 minutes now to not get the right engine. I brought some more tools with me, a couple different tools. Should be able to do this, but hard to say. It's hard to say exactly what you'll need to pull a motor, you know, when you're in a junkyard, because you never know what kind of weird tool you might need. Oh, people stopping in front of me for absolutely no reason. Oh yes, it is pouring rain. Yesterday at the junkyard it was flooded. I was like I had to work hard to not go through puddles, and I feel I'm in for the same situation today. About 15 minutes from the junkyard and it's gonna be wet. Well, here is the motor I need. Somebody's already kind of screwed with it a little bit. They pulled the timing belt cover for some reason. I don't fully know why they would do that. It's only sitting right here. Maybe they were just trying to check the cam gears. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to check if like it skipped timing or something. Weird to think why somebody would have done that. But they did take the radiator, which is nice because that's one step that I don't have to do. But this motor's pretty nice. 150,000 miles on it. 2 cams, like I need. You know, 4 cams. And from what I can tell, I don't know if you can see this. The motor's not locked up. That's good. That's a good sign. Mine, you can't actually turn that. Weather, super questionable. But as far as motors go, I don't know if I'm gonna find a better one than this. I'm gonna look at a couple others in the lot and see what the deal is, but this is probably gonna be the one that I end up grabbing. It is automatic, so I don't know if that brings any other issues, but I doubt it. I think it just pretty much all the same from what I can tell. Somebody already got this one. They ditched the whole intake and everything. That's kind of sad. That's kind of a nice piece, and it's like all encompassing. They filled with water. All right, I am here at the Subaru again. Grab my tools. They took away my cutoff wheel. They said they don't allow that in here. So it's raining. I got to try to get this done pretty quickly because it might pick up. All right, this will be fun. Well, I've been here struggling, working for a little while. I am feeling a tad discouraged at the moment because I'm so close to getting it out, but it's giving me such a problem on these last 3 bolts. There's 3 more bell housing bolts to get to, and then it's out. But man, can I not get to them. It's just literally 3 bolts away from being able to come out. It's so disappointing when you're like right here, but it's so far away still. I got this seat cushion that I've been laying on to get underneath it. But it's so close. It is so close. Well, I decided to take 5 and go grab the engine A-frame hoist that they have. Whew, man, this thing's heavy. Not easy to push over here. These spares don't really push as well as you'd imagine. But it's also gonna be tough to get it all around. Figured I would just try, you know, getting it over here. Maybe it'd give me a little more motivation. Whew. I'm freaking dying, guys. I only brought 1 water bottle and no energy drinks. Send help. You are coming out. You are coming home with me. All this work and I still have to buy the thing. Well, it's starting to rain a little bit, so I figured I'd just sit in the trunk of this here Outback for a little. I needed a minute anyways. Sitting here looking at this Isuzu Rodeo and this T-boned Toyota Camry. I am so close though. 1 more bolt and then I can yank it out. So close. This will be a big achievement. I was really hoping to just buy one though, where it was less work, because I find that the more work I do on a car, the more I care about it and the less I beat on it. So like, if I can find a happy medium between not a whole lot of work and not a whole lot expensive, I can definitely beat on a car a lot more, if you guys know what I mean. Like if I have this much time and money into one, I won't beat on it as hard. So it's kind of my opinion, but I got some cool stuff for this car. Excited to put them on. Looky there, it's out. Obviously this was an automatic, so it has a torque converter instead of a clutch. Man, I'm beat. Can't even speak right. I don't want to pay for the torque converter, so I probably have to pull it off, which I'm not really eager to do because it's probably not very easy to turn over with spark plugs in and everything. I may just pay for it because I'm lazy. But this is a little worrying. It's all grease. I don't think that's from a head gasket. Unlikely. I think these head gaskets usually blow internally, not externally like that. But hard to say. I know a lot of you guys are going to say put a head gasket on it, but it doesn't sound like something I want to do. I don't even want to take the intake off. I just want to put it right in like it is. Plug it in. These 3 cords over here, if they're not destroyed, these guys, plug it in, start the car, drive it. That's all I want to do. Well, I'm gonna go pay for this and figure that out and then come back and move this guy because I don't want to move that right now. Maybe, I don't know. Grab my tools. So, funny story about yesterday when I was attempting to pull that motor. If I hadn't gone to the junkyard and tried to pull that motor and failed, I would not have put the correct tools that I needed in my toolbox today to succeed. So, kind of interesting. If I didn't do yesterday, if I didn't fail yesterday, I wouldn't have succeeded today. Kind of just a interesting thought, and just goes to show you. I don't know what it goes to show you, but it goes to show you something. Keep trying. I don't know. Learn from your mistakes. Don't let failure win. Something like that. There's a message there somewhere. Somebody can find it. I'm too hot and distraught to think. I'm gonna take off my shirt and put on a new one. I ripped my 1320 shirt from that junky blue ground I was laying on, but I got it. $400 later, which is pretty sad and unfortunate. That's a lot of money for a 4-cylinder. I guess it's not too bad. It's like $100 a hole. Pretty decent, honestly, if you think about it like that. But this thing better run right, or else I'm gonna be pissed. But we'll know probably over this weekend, because we got a hurricane coming on Monday and Tuesday. It'll be here, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have it ready for the hurricane. Hopefully, that would be the goal. So I'm gonna get home, take a shower, hopefully load up the Camaro and go to the drag strip. All right, well, motor's back in the shop. You can see the old one's all torn apart, nice and small, so I can just throw it away piece by piece. Fresh-ish motor, 150,000 mile motor, ready to drop in. Well, almost. I do need to do some cleaning up on it and stuff, and probably get some new fuel lines over here. I'm gonna bring that intake over, make sure all the plumbing on the intakes are the same. I did get new red plug wires, which is nice, because my other ones were pretty bad. Red means faster, right? So, I mean, it's gotta be faster. So, just gonna clean up all this and then make sure everything's good and drop it in. Put the clutch on, take that stupid torque converter off. Nah, this thing should be ready to go. But that'll do it for this video, guys. It was a freaking brutal one. just brutal, but I had an awesome time doing it. Really pushed myself in a lot of ways to make this happen, but glad I did it and ready to do something cool with this here Subaru now. So that thing's got some cool stuff coming for it, but stay tuned for next video on that. But that'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.